Hey everyone, this is Kevin Gilmore with the National Weather Service New Orleans Baton Rouge office located in Saladell, Louisiana. This is your weekly weather briefing for Sunday, June 25th. First, to start things out, we're going to take a deep dive into the fun of meteorology to kind of give an explanation for some of the weather that we've been seeing and the weather that we can see ahead. What we have behind me here, this is a 500 millibar weather map, one of many maps that meteorologists use to analyze and forecast the weather. And this is roughly located in the middle portion of the troposphere, or the layer of the atmosphere in which almost all weather occurs. And we're going to be kind of IDing some very interesting features here that'll be a big player to the local weather. One thing that we notice here is a ridge of high pressure. This ridge of high pressure is anchored right across northern Mexico. And just like a high pressure at the surface, it's the same as a ridge aloft, basically, is the airflow around it is generally clockwise around it, so it's promoting northwesterly flow. Also, what's helping promote that is a trough of low pressure located across the upper Mississippi Valley region, which is also helping to promote northwesterly flow across the southeastern United States. And this could be a big player into our weather here coming up today, even through the rest of the week ahead. So now that we looked at the middle layers of the atmosphere, let's now look at the surface. And we do have a low pressure center located generally right across the upper Mississippi Valley region. And then we have a cold front draped from that all the way across the central and southern plains, with several individual clusters of thunderstorms either ongoing now or forecast to develop a little bit later today. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. But first, let's look outside the window. This is the radar imagery across all the United States, showing you there's your spin going on across the upper Mississippi Valley region, which is where that low pressure center was that I just discussed. And then we have the cold front all the way down towards the south central plains. That cluster of thunderstorms I just mentioned before is actually ongoing across eastern Tennessee, will continue towards the southeast, impacting around Georgia and the Carolinas. However, a little bit later today, we will have to watch for the development of strong to severe thunderstorms along the cold front across Oklahoma and Arkansas, which could actually move towards the south and impact portions of the Gulf Coast. The question in mind, although, is that we're not exactly sure where this will actually occur, where these storms will go, how strong they will be, mostly because this activity hasn't even developed as of early this afternoon. So we're just definitely going to have to watch this. So one thing we're going to actually show you here is one of many tools us meteorologists use also, which is some forecast model data. This is the forecast HRRR model radar data, which is basically a predictor that's going to be telling us what the radar is going to be looking like each hour in the near term. So we see that as we started, we already have the model picking up on the cluster of strong to severe thunderstorms across eastern Tennessee. And as we go through, we're going to go through hour by hour in a loop and watch these storms actually head off towards the Carolinas into Georgia. And then now watch, we got some strong to severe thunderstorms erupting across Oklahoma and Arkansas, or just to the east of Oklahoma into Arkansas. And these will continue down towards the Gulf Coast. Now, it's going to be really hard for us to determine exactly where this is going to form. If this cluster of thunderstorms form a little bit further east, this cluster could move further east. If it's further west, this cluster could move further west. Just one of those things that we have a low confidence about right now. But as you can see, this is one model run of multiple model runs that change every hour. So confidence is relatively low on this, but we're just going to have to monitor. We may be dealing with some rain and thunderstorms across at least some portions of our area late tonight to early Monday. And if we do, those could be locally strong, possibly severe. Again, it just depends on just how this cluster of thunderstorms evolves overnight. If there's any type of upstream development from that, like this run believes, we're just going to have to kind of keep an eye on it. But for now, we're thinking that the best chance of rain and storms, if there to be any rain and storms, will be basically along and east of I-55 towards the Mississippi coast. So now we talked about some of the rain and storm chances. We're going to jump right into the heat, which is a huge topic today going into the upcoming week. We do have a heat advisory in effect for the entire area of southeast Louisiana and southern Mississippi. This is due to dangerous heat indices around 107 to 113 for some locations. So this is in effect from 11 this morning through 7 p.m. Once the sun goes down, we cool down, although we stay muggy. But again, we're going to have a heat advisory, and we're going to see a lot more of these coming up. And this is why. This is what we've been sharing on social media. 7-day forecast showing you the excessive heat that's coming up, and it's a prolonged event as well. Now, I'll kind of give a little bit of explanation about this, showing Baton Rouge here first. The very bottom bar graph you see here is actually the percent chance of your high of 100 or greater. And then you actually have your actual forecast high temperatures here in red. Now, actually, I meant to say here too, with this bar graph here, showing you that the chances around 30 to 60%. Temperatures are jumping back and forth between 99 and 100 for Baton Rouge, but that doesn't matter because that top line there is your heat index. Your heat index is consistently at 110 to 115 plus. And it doesn't matter if it's 99 or 100, we're still having very dangerous excessive heat indices ahead. And let me step out here so you can see New Orleans, which is very much a similar story. Don't look at those specific temperatures too much and say, wow, okay, 99 versus 100 is big difference. No, look at those max heat index. The max heat index is what to actually really focus on here, because that's what we're seeing some of that excessive heat. We can kind of give a little bit of a bullseye for some of the worst heat. It is going to be towards the middle and later part of the week. However, the reason for some of this little bit of a dip here towards like Wednesday and Thursday, you see that also here in New Orleans, is because we may have to be dealing with another cluster of showers and storms, which may be possible, but we just have to monitor that. And here you go again with Macomb and Gulfport, showing you the same thing. Excessive heat, very much possible. Heat indices 105 to 110 plus, with the highest heat, most extreme heat, basically at any point during the week. So we're going to have to really much keep an eye on that. Just kind of watch for more excessive heat watches and warnings likely through the rest of this week ahead. So as we always say during excessive heat, find air conditioning. Just be smart with it. Do not stay outside for a very long time. Avoid strenuous activities. Wear light clothing. Drink plenty of water. You want to be as hydrated as possible. And also never leave people or pets in the car. An average 38 kids die each year in an unattended vehicle. 88% of these kids are under the age of 3. So do not do that. Always watch where your kids are. Do not leave your pets in the car. Watch your pets as well. They can get overheated just as easy as you can. So we want to also take a look here at the tropics as well, as we always do towards the end of these briefings, and show you not much going on other than Tropical Storm Cindy, which is forecast to weaken and dissipate, and no other any other development is expected across the entire basin of the Atlantic for the next 5 to 7 days. That ends this briefing, and I hope you have a great week and stay cool.